Hi and welcome to Sci-Fi Fans, I'm your host Wayne, and in these videos I like to talk about movies, trivia points and just give you a behind the scenes insight of our favourite icons from pop culture. So today I'd like to talk to you about 2014's Lord of the Rings, or rather The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies. Now this was the final film in the Hobbit trilogy and it takes us up to the point where we begin the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring, rather nicely, with Bilbo Baggins at the end. So without any further ado, here are my top trivia points from the Battle of the Five Armies. Enjoy. Unlike the other movies set in Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings Hobbit universe, the Battle of the Five Armies is the only film within the franchise, big screen franchise that is, that hasn't made any IMDb top 250 movie lists. So that could be something to do with it not being well received by critics or fans, but I don't think it's actually a bad film. But if I'm honest, I probably wouldn't put it in my top 250 either. Out of the expansive cast and crew that were there for the making of The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies, only two members of them were old enough to actually have been alive when the book was published in 1937. Sir Christopher Lee and Sir Ian Holm, with Sir Christopher Lee being the only cast member out of the Middle-earth saga to have actually met the author, J.R.R. Tolkien, in person himself. It's a good thing in fantasy that elves don't age. Why do I say that? Well, for the simple fact that Lee Pearce, who played Thorodir, was actually 2 years younger than Orlando Bloom, who played Legolas, Theodir's son. So there you go. If you want to get away with an age difference without any explaining, play an elf, because they are immortal, they don't age, and in some cases they can have children 2 years before they're even born. Sir Ian McKellen and Cate Blanchett are the only two actors to appear in all 6 Middle-earth films, which is a good thing really, because I think had Ian McKellen been playing any other character apart from a wizard, they would have had some sort of aging process to go through and certainly explain his appearance in some sort of meaningful way. However, as he played a wizard and Cate Blanchett played an elf, both characters can kind of get away with dropping themselves in and out of the franchise at any given time. Trailers are used in marketing and obviously publicising the movie, and sometimes you'll get a really good trailer and a really bad movie, sometimes you'll get a bad trailer and a really good movie, and sometimes, in the case of the Battle of the Five Armies, you'll get a trailer or a couple of trailers that contain so many scenes from the film that don't actually appear in the film. And that is the case for the Battle of the Five Armies. A lot of the footage that was shown in some of these trailers didn't make it to the final edit of the movie. Dominic Monaghan, who portrayed Merry in the original Lord of the Rings trilogy, can be briefly seen as the film is drawing to a close, and this is the scene where Bilbo Baggins returned back to the Shire and a lot of his possessions are going up for auction. If you look closely, you'll see Merry in that group there. If you've made it this far into the video, then why not drop me a comment and tell me what you think of my content. This is where I'm going to be bringing the video to its conclusion. Thank you so much for watching. Smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe. It really does help us small YouTubers out a great deal. In the meantime, why don't you catch up on some of my other videos, and why not join me on the weekly podcast where I discuss the same films as I have here on YouTube, but I go into more detail and I give you like facts and figures on box office numbers, a bit more location, a bit more detail on the actors and actresses as well, Oscar nominations and all that jazz. So thanks again for your continued support. I really do appreciate each and every one of you that watches these videos and leaves me a comment. Take care of yourselves, and I will be back with another video very soon.